I miss old Roblox games. That's why today we'll be continuing the series of going back to some older Roblox games you probably have forgotten about and seeing do they hold up to today's standards, and who knows, maybe you'll find something to play after watching this video. So the first game of the day is Twisted Murderer. Created by Time Master, Twisted Murderer is another one of those round-based games inspired by the murder game mode on Gmod, like Murder Mystery 2 or The Mad Murderer. I think you know how they go, but this game is a bit more unique compared to its rivals. It has a ton of maps, a ton of different game modes such as Infection or Sheriff Showdown, and also has MLG. Yeah, it also has some interesting features, like different abilities and perks for the murderer, and of course, skins. It definitely isn't your run-of-the-mill murder type game, as its focus is more on the other game modes than your standard sheriff, innocent and murderer one. Anyway, this game's story is pretty interesting. Created in 2014, it completely dominated the whole murder game scene for a couple of years and was massive on Roblox in general. But over the years it got overshadowed by Murder Mystery 2 and slowly but surely fell into obscurity. It stopped receiving updates and a lot of its features became broken. Well, in 2025, when Roblox basically privated any game that didn't have an age rating, god, I miss Dodgeball so much. Twisted Murderer was privated, but luckily not for long, as on December 6th it was brought back by Time Master. The game nowadays averages around 10 players, maybe 20 at best. Now, does it hold up? I think so. Maybe not so much in its content, as a lot of the sound effects are mid-2010s memes. One critique that I have of it though, that is not really about the game itself, is that the few players that are left are way too sweaty, bro. There's always some people that like rank 1000 or something like that. I mean, chill out, bro. And getting ranks takes a lot of time. I'll give it an 8 out of 10, I guess. It's still a really fun game. The second game of today's video is Zombie Attack. Zombie Attack is a zombie wave game created in 2017. Where you have to fight different types of monsters for as many waves as you can, with either guns or knives. And let me tell you, you won't be using the knives at all. There's a deeper dive into the game made by a guy named Bit on YouTube, and he makes a very good point, as the knives deal pretty much the same amount of damage as the guns, but it's close range and has splash damage, so I don't know, it's not really that worth it. Anyway, this game was massive a few years ago. I also used to play it a lot, as it was one of those games where you can join and turn off your brain for a while. With a wide array of monsters and maps, it takes quite a while for it to feel repetitive, as you don't need more than a couple of waves to buy the next weapon or advance to the next level. Also, its building style and the models of its different monsters are all in the older 2016ish game style, and I like that a lot. After 10 waves pass, a boss spawns, who you have to defeat in order to advance to the next wave. If you die during a wave, you either wait for it to finish and respawn in the next one, or spawn as a zombie, which you can buy different zombie types from the shop. As a zombie, you have pretty much killed the other players. The game has only a tiny big problem though: hackers. There's a ton of servers with exploiters in them, who use fly and teleport exploits to almost instantly kill all of the zombies. And I don't really understand it honestly. Why hack to farm kills and XP in a pretty much dead game? But who am I to say anything? It took me like 3 servers till I found one with no hackers. Still, the game has a hefty player count and you'll always eventually find a hacker-free server. Now, does it hold up? Yeah, it does. Zombie Attack manages to be a fun yet simple game, which I had a lot of fun going back to and actually kept me stuck on it for a whole hour. I would recommend you check it out if you haven't, and I'll give it a 9 out of 10. And the third game of today's video is Redwood Prison. Redwood Prison is another one of those cops and criminals type games, like Prison Life for example, and I don't think I really have to explain it. Created in 2016 by Roy Stanford, I remember this game was criticized a lot.
Let's head back over to Redwood Prison and see all the other bullshit that this dude has copied. The whole game is copied, by the way. Let me give you a big fat dislike.
Mainly for the fact that it was pretty much a Prison Life ripoff. The only thing I remember being different between them is the fact that Redwood Prison had helicopters, which actually drove me to play it back in the day. But apart from that, Redwood Prison wasn't much better than Prison Life. It had a much smaller map, and guards could arrest prisoners continuously. For a couple of years after its release, it garnered some success, but slowly, due to lack of updates, it got overshadowed by Prison Life, and then Jailbreak, and slowly fell into obscurity. Today, it's completely dead. I literally waited for a couple of days to find a somewhat active server, but there were just no players. Now, does this game hold up? Not really. Personally, even back then, I didn't really understand the hype behind Redwood Prison. Now I know, you can hate me how much you want, but I was more of a prison life type of person. 4 out of 10. So, do these games hold up? Some of them, yeah. Others, not as much. Still, I had a lot of fun going back to all of these, and some of them even kept me playing for the next following days. Also, if you want to be in one of my future videos, then stick around and I'll be live streaming in the future, filming footage for videos. I recommend you check the games out, some of them are still really fun, and have pretty dedicated communities. Tell me what other games I should play next, and I'll see you in the next video.